All right, what's going on? Welcome to our new podcast, new show, whatever you want to call it. It's called Kwentong Barbero. I'm with my guest right here and the host Alec Barbero. We call him Alec Barbero, all the way from the Philippines, Davao. You know what it is, the Davao people, Duterte, the Duterte people. Shit. Yeah, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
This is the first podcast that we're doing, and we'll be alternating hosting this show. So today I'm gonna host this show. I'm gonna host this show today, and the next one Alex will host it. So that's gonna be, or that's how it's gonna be. Can't say shit because this is our show. So, fuck. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you, Royski.
Thanks for coming down from
Melton.
the west,
40
man.
minutes
From
away.
the west side. West side.
Yes.
All right. So, the energy fucking changed like when we started this shit. But yeah, we're gonna focus on your story today, Alex. Just start breathing heavily, and yeah, we wanna focus on your story, your personal story. We wanna hear that, and we're gonna post it on TikTok and shit. So Alex, what do you do, man? What do you do?
So my name is Alex.
Yeah.
Alexandre. I'm 24 years old. I'm currently studying nursing.
Yeah.
And I am also a barber. Yeah, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm. So barbering and nursing, yeah?
Yeah, barbering and nursing.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Davao City in the Philippines. It's 3 islands. I'm on the bottom island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now we can start talking. We don't have to talk to the camera.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Alright, so man, Alex, tell me about, how you got here. What's your story like from, starting from childhood, like back in the Philippines?
Cool. So childhood, I was raised in a family of 4. My parents and me and my little sibling. We were born in Philippines, 1998, and
Are you 98? You're 98.
1998, yeah. Before the internet. Oh, just when the internet came. Yeah. And it was very good. I think growing up in the Philippines is very good for discipline. Practice gratitude very well. I think gratitude was towards a bit more coming out of Philippines. You realize that opportunities and what you had before in comparison to when you come to a different country, like how you came to Australia. I think you realize that as well. Respect. When the teacher comes in the schools, you have to kind of greet them, stand up and greet, and then you can all sit down. That's that still sticks for me.
Don't they do that here? No, when you moved here? Nah,
bro.
No?
Nothing.
Like, what do they
think
say?
everyone's
Magandang
respectful.
umaga po, binibining Jennifer.
Yeah. And then just pag ayaw, if they don't like it, they'll make you stand up, do it again. But yeah, I think people are respectful here. It's just different. I think getting programmed there as a kid, although it may seem like brainwash thing, but I think it's a very good way of training up your kid. Just everyone in general.
It's definitely like a good
school has a good. People say don't go to school, this and that and all that bad stuff, but I think there's a program that school helps you as well in a way, developing your character.
I think grade school and high school is like fuck it develops you as a person. Like,
yeah.
There's this video that Renee actually sent me the other day where at a certain age, this is like about a matrix and shit, but it's like you need programming to go out in the matrix and have a program that you believe in, your coping mechanism and shit like that. So I think if you program it like that, the programming here in Australia is different, and the programming back in the Philippines would be different, you know. And that's how I think we become different people. We have that different fucking sides of things because of how we were programmed. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Fuck.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
Aussie.
Why Australia, man? What got you in here?
So apparently, from my mum's side of story, it was USA was priority because back in the day, I think you're aware that our parents' culture, everyone was trying to get out of the country. Apparently, that's the belief to make a better life for everyone, all their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So then the always was in the books was USA, and then
especially from the Philippines.
yeah, you always USA, and then it was Canada second, and Australia wasn't really in the books. So then what happened was mom kept trying for USA multiple times, and then rejected. But one time got rejected because the very recent try got rejected because of Obama. When Obama shifted, he changed the immigration rules again, so it kind of cut down.
What year? Around what year was
chances. That? Oh, it was between 2005, 2008 onwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, around the area. I'm not sure specifically, but yeah, kept changing, and then Canada got rejected as well. I guess the one of the phrases that we talked about last time, like persistence. If you really want something and you visualize something, like Owen said in one of his shows, it's like you keep trying. It's just enjoy the process. It's a lot of money and a lot of time wasted. But one day, Auntie called and then she said, "Ring ring. Hey, you actually have an opportunity." Well, Mum got told about this, but she didn't believe it as much. And then one day, they just went for it, gave the papers and everything. And then everything went well. And then mind you, that time was like the last resort, last reserve money, because all of the money was getting balanced between our school and food and expenses. And then they didn't really want to borrow money ever. Like that's why they did the business, because they didn't want to borrow money at all.
Yeah.
And then that was like the last. And my dad was sweeping. When they got the news, my dad was sweeping. He was like, in Philo, he was like, "Man, how do we get out of this country?" kind of thing.
But it got accepted already, not yet.
Yeah, that day they got a call.
But he said that before.
Yeah, he didn't know. Mum got the news first, and then he was like, he couldn't believe it. Apparently, he blanked out. It's like he won the lotto or something. That feeling.
Yeah.
And then
But how was that for you as a child? Like, how old were you? Like,
I didn't realize. 13, 12.
13?
12,
Did you have to
12.
do a lot of like? Obviously, you didn't do a lot of paperwork. Like, you just
a lot of health tests.
You had
Make
to
sure if you don't have any complications or any kind of diseases in your body.
But as a kid, were you aware that you're gonna leave the country, leave your friends?
No, not at all. I was always just wondering how to pay the bills as a kid. I always see them pay bills. Damn, how am I gonna pay the bills?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah, I think one of the things that made me realize that there is different places around the world is Disney. Disney was a big part of my childhood. Anime and like National Geographic and magazines as well.
Yeah.
That's anything visual really. So it made me realize that there's a bigger world there. That Philippines is not only us. Yeah.
Shit. And when was how was the day that you're gonna leave? Did they give you notice? Did you anticipate it or?
Yeah, it was kind of short notice because they said, "Hey, you have to leave before this specific month of the year because that visa will be phased out." So when we landed, the next year after we landed, the visa got phased out. So it was like literally a slot of window, like
a
couple of months, but it's like everything happened so quick. Yeah. Remember we were in a Jeep, you know those Jeeps. I was crying. I still remember it. We were going to the airport. I was crying. Me and my sister looked at each other and we were like,
well, your sister was crying too?
Yeah, me and my sister was crying, but because we didn't get to say goodbye to anyone.
Even your friends, your close friends?
Not much. Like even remember how I told you a story? I met one of my friends from grade 3 that he's in Adelaide. When I met up with him last year, he said, "Dude, you just disappeared," and I said, "Wow, I actually just disappeared." I didn't. Yeah, just disappeared.
Did you have like cause you were? I remember when I was like 12, 13, I had like a lot of crushes and shit.
Yeah.
Did you have one that you were like, fuck, I forgot
Yeah,
to say no to, I forgot to say that I'm leaving.
I logged into Facebook somehow in the airport. There was a way, I don't know how. I logged into Facebook and I was kind of saying, that's when I was saying like goodbyes and stuff.
Oh shit. Facebook was a big thing back then. Tetris and shit.
Tetris, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. That's crazy. So you said goodbye to this chick.
Yeah, this chick.
What happened to that chick? No more?
I don't know.
We don't want to talk about that shit.
The missus listening, so you gotta be careful.
You were 13. You were 13. 12
yeah.
shit, you know? And how was it adjusting here? Like, fuck, you came from in different country to something a bit more luxurious in a way.
Yeah.
In their way of life.
Like, I think we were talking about this, the adjustment. I think it's good that we learned English, even if it was American English. That was a very good foundation to come here.
Yeah.
I was really shy.
Could you speak English though?
I could, but I didn't have a push in me. Like speaking English wasn't normal. Like I still kind of want to speak Filipino.
Yeah.
And then I had to Google how to talk to Australian people. I applied for a school nearby in the area.
Yeah. And
then I went for interview. And then the first round of interview, I kind of failed it because I was shy to speak English.
Sorry, this interview was for
entry. The grades was good. Everything
school.
was good. Yeah. School interview, high school, year 8, and then.
Is that the age of high school, like 12 years old?
Yeah, first year, second year high.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And then, I got the interview. There was a question. What was your favorite subject? I answered that, and then after there was a follow-up question.
What was your favorite subject? What did you?
I said English, but then there was a follow-up question. I forgot what it was, but we were also. My mum was beside me, and then the headmaster. I was just looking at them, and then I couldn't speak. And he was like, "Oh, I think you should think it over, and then we'll go for a round 2, and then if he's confident next time, and then maybe he needs to go English school." I was gonna get sent to English school. Got home, mom got so angry. Said, "Oh,
how did she say it? How
in
did
English? A waste of money, send you to a good school. Why can't you speak English?"
Can you say it in Filipino?
I said, should I swear?
Yeah.
Sayang lang yung pera. Ginasta sa'yo papunta sa maganda na eskwelahan. Bisaya is a bit like weird. Like,
it's in Bisaya.
It was in Bisaya, so I'm saying this in Tagalog.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, what?
And then she was tearing up a bit, and I said, "Oh wow, I actually need to speak English now."
Yeah.
So round 2, I kind of practiced at home. Got the hang of it. It's good.
So round 2 was good. You got
round
into
2 was
the
good.
school?
Yeah, I got into school.
Yeah.
All is well.
Shit. You were 13 at this point.
Yeah, year 8, 13.
Year 8.
Second year high.
And how hard was it making friends? Was it easy for you?
It was hard, but the image that I was going for as a kid, because in Philippines there was a lot of bullies. You know, most of my friends in the Philippines, I was easily close to ladies. Because played volleyball.
Yeah.
And ladies are just easy to talk to. I had a best friend named Bianca, even she was a lady as well. And they will tease you like, "Oh, bakla ka ba," or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then the goal here, I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna be a cool kid here."
Yeah.
Go with the cool cats and like, that.
So
kind
from
of
the Philippines, you kind of changed your.
Yeah, I want to change up a bit.
I had that feeling too. Like when I came here, like fuck, I'm gonna.
Because no one knows you, right? No one knows you,
yeah.
and you want to switch it up. Want to play with people's perceptions.
Yeah. And I think that's like an advantage as an international. Like you.
Exactly.
You have this shift. Like, fuck. Now I can change my image.
Yeah.
I can be someone
that
I want to be that I can't do back home.
Yeah.
And even now, like I'm feeling like fuck. Maybe I should change my identity. Go to a different state and fucking pretend that I'm a fucking sick cunt. But fuck yeah, that's an interesting thing to like fucking think about. Like shit. So yeah, how was that? Like, did you become a cool kid and shit?
Yeah, and then as all good things come to an end, it's not when you get there,
you go
just
back to your
realize
old
that,
habits.
It's just this it doesn't really benefit you.
Yeah.
You know, being a cool kid only has its limits.
Mm.
Doesn't. Yeah. Throughout high school, I realized that at the end, after high school, people change. You know, everyone goes their own way. Cool kids are just cool kids. After high school, no one gives a damn.
Yeah, but
They're
this
just
is
up
in
to them.
hindsight. You're talking as a reflection.
Yeah, as a reflection.
You
like,
didn't realize
cool kids only stop at the end of the high school day, and then everyone is free, man.
Yeah.
Everyone is free. No one gives a damn.
Yeah.
Go the O lane. People still change along the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I haven't heard of about the cool kids in high school. Like, where are they?
Yeah,
Like,
dude. If they're still a cool kid now, they'll be in a different position.
Yeah. Like, if they were able to keep up, they probably did really good in their lives. But
Yeah.
I don't know, if you're like trying to be someone in high school, like fucking, I don't know, trying to impress all the girls and shit. Like, I don't know what you're doing now, but
Yeah.
I don't want to judge. You know, it's not a general thing. Like, a lot of people do good. Like,
I think it keeps you. Yeah, it definitely pushes you back from growth, like you said. You know how you said it's good to be curious every day, learning. Like you're reading books every day. I think if you still want to be like always the spotlight, you know, I want to have the best things. I want to have the best Rolex and stuff. I think that your ego is so high up there that it blocks you from learning it from other people. That when you ask questions, it means that it's against your will. That the image that you're portraying, you think you think you're losing from asking questions or learning from someone.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you know, there's a lot of people there who are like, I don't know, they don't have money, but they still want to buy cool shit. I think a lot of people talk about this, like fucking showing off and shit, but inside you're like cooked. Like,
I can relate to that because when I had my first paycheck, McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
First paycheck, you know.
Jordans.
I've never bought stuff in the Philippines. Currency is good. Ooh man, Foot Locker bag.
Man, what did you buy? What shoes did you buy?
I think it wasn't. I didn't know about Jordans back then, but I always liked something Nike, Adidas.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's
Dripped
the
out that trend. What was the trend back then? Skinny jeans, long tee.
Long tee, and then you fold it
yeah,
so they see your biceps. Fuck, you know.
Ah man. Yeah, and then I think when I look back at it now, financially, it's good to experience it so you get sick of it. But
oh yeah.
We talked about this, I think. Experience, get it out of the way, you can reflect on it. It's definitely not sustainable. And it plays, like you go out, yes, you get to go out, dress up differently every day, but at the end of the day, that's the only thing you have. You know?
Yeah, it's good to have something though, like, I know it gives you
like
confidence.
A nice set. Yeah, like a nice set.
It gives you confidence.
Rotation.
Like, yeah, I have a lot of clothes too. Like, fuck, but I don't spend.
Yeah, but it's not like we live paycheck to paycheck now. Like, you say you only get 800 and you spend it all. You're not like that anymore.
Yeah. It's more like
budget.
You know, budget.
When you can thrift, you can thrift. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, this guy's wearing Balenciaga. I want to top that. I want to buy that Balenciaga now because someone's so and so Balenciaga. Yeah.
But I think that we should touch on that. Like, you know, it comes down to purpose. Like, I feel like a lot of people who does that, like, who buys a lot of shit, jewelries and like just to be showy, like dressing to impress, kind of thing. Like, I don't think they found their purpose yet. I don't know if I'm seeing this from a far view, but I feel like most of those people don't have a purpose, so they get this validation from other people, and you know, you feel like you fulfilled your shit or your purpose, but actually, like, you're going nowhere. Like, you're just spending the shit that you worked for. I'm not saying it's bad. It's like, you know, it's something to think about. Again, it's always something to think about. I'm not saying that shit is bad. Like, a lot of people love to do that shit. I love to fucking dress up, I love to dress up. You love to dress up for a
Yeah.
party or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I think you're right. Like when it comes to job and looking professional, there's always a place to look professional. You can't just rock up every day in pajamas.
Yeah.
You have to look good, look professional, look good, feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to a certain, maybe there's a balance to it. Yeah.
And this was from the book Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. One of the first books I've read, but it's about putting boundaries, lowering your boundaries, like, you know, like even if you go out and you look good, feel good, you dress up, I feel like it becomes at some point it becomes a habit where you don't feel good when you don't look good, kind of thing. It becomes a reverse thing. But if you lower down your boundaries as to what is good, what makes you feel good, what makes you look good, then you lower down the anxiety in you, which is like what Mark Manson was saying. Was it Mark Manson? Mark Manson is the author. Yeah, he's like, you know, lowering down your expectation of things will allow you to open up to yourself and be, or love yourself as a person. That's why I was talking about detachment a lot of the times. It's because we're so attached to ourselves, to our image, that we can't lower down our shit. Like, we can't lower down our standards, you know, even if we have to, which is fucking shit. Like, it's so normal in our community now, in the system. Like, it's part of the system now.
It's a hard topic to talk to these days. Yeah, especially like for like the younger generation.
Stuff. Yeah, like, and now we see all this media stuff. I keep seeing New Balance everywhere. Now I want to get New Balance. Now I got New Balance. Yeah, when my brother came, he's like, you know, whatever you want, I'm gonna get you one shoe or one.
Oh, did he come with your parents as well?
Yeah. And my brother's like a big sneakerhead.
Yeah, dangerous.
He used to buy and sell sneakers, and from time to time he would give me a birthday gift or something, so I would have fresh kicks. But I never bought. It's
brother love, bro.
It's a brother love, yeah. And I never bought shit. Anyways, going back to you, Alex, like, what made you want to do barbering first of all? Because that's how we met, barbering.
Yeah, we met barbering.
How did we meet? Yeah,
we met.
I want to see the background story of that. I never heard that. Like, how did you end up in that seminar in Enzo's?
Yeah, how did I end up there? I think definitely social media.
Yeah.
And then look and learn. And I remember I was bad trip because he made us download this app. I had to pay $20.
Nah, HairTech is free, man.
Nah, no way. The head sheet thing.
Yeah, it's free. I just downloaded it again.
I paid $10 for it.
Maybe you bought
$20.
Yo, really?
Yeah.
I wanna see.
But no hate though.
One sec. I just wanna see if it's still recording.
Yeah.
24. Is that recording? You wanna check? Just have a look. Can you see the recording time?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah. Gotcha. Man, I'm sure HairTech is free.
I don't know. I remember I parked the car and then I paid. I said, damn, I gotta pay for the app. We didn't
even use it. Yeah, fuck.
I should have brought a head sheet from school. But yeah, definitely from barber school, I always liked to attend that look and learn, or if my teachers would have an event that they would be guested as, we would come.
Yeah.
Yeah, look and learn, and then it was Enzo Thomas's second look and learn, and he was really cool. We had the men's spire style, the sections, bonjour, and and I think there's people there.
I just picked that up just now. I was late. That came late.
I think the people there was interesting. You know, one of the guys there has is always guested in a podcast. Yaya's Next Door.
Yeah.
Last guy.
Luke.
Bro, he's good, man.
I see the books
he's
everywhere,
good.
man.
He's crazy.
Everywhere I go, because I think it's her mom or grandma or something.
Next door neighbor. The mother. There was a story about her mother, her parents, and then the neighbor next door was kind of acted as their mum / grandma /
and
that
then,
figure.
And then it became like
a healthy relationship. Yeah.
Yes, every time I go to like a bookshop.
We need to talk to him one day.
Yeah.
We gotta have a podcast with him one day. That's great.
Look, yeah.
And then anyways, that I believe in networking, learning, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, I think when I first met you, we were kind of, you were swaggy, tick the boxes, like Filipino. I was like, damn, this guy got some cool stuff going on. Your story was cool.
What did I say? can't remember.
It's really,
did I say
like
something?
when you told me how you came here, you start doing film.
Yeah.
I said, wow, this guy, I don't know, there's always respect from me for internationals who come, adapt new place and learn. It's good.
Because you've experienced that too, like you know how it feels like.
They tend to be we always understand each other. And And that's the story. Look and learn.
Fuck.
Just shows that you always want to learn.
Yeah.
Sick.
If you're invested in time, and that's. Yeah, is that like early stages of your? Nah, you graduated, didn't you?
Yeah.
How far? Like how long was the gap between that?
I think just a couple of months before.
Oh shit! So you're fresh from barber school.
Yeah, fresh from barber school.
Yeah. What do you think of barber school though? What's you don't need to talk shit, but what's your thoughts on barber school?
I think there's a lot of institutes that offer barber school, but before Biba, I was looking at the Kangan. I was gonna go Kangan initially, and then one of the barbers that I go to in the West was saying Biba, so then I went to check out Biba. We went for a look around that day. When I went, this was before COVID, everything was so busy. When I hopped in there, it was like Hogwarts for hair. They had clients. The thing that I like about Biba, it made me appreciate that they always work as a team. Like, it's not like who got the best fade or anything. If one of the teacher has an event, if they do it, the whole, like the kids and the teachers support each other. And they literally nerd out on hair. I can ask the dumbest question about hair, and we will sit down there, and then we'll talk about it. And they're like fathers, like they got kids. The kids run around the facility, and we get interesting, man. Like it shaped my style. I was very like skinny jean type of guy, small shirt. But when I saw them, wow, baggy shirts, funky Fitzroy. Yeah.
Because that was Fitzroy campus, Collingwood.
Fitzroy campus. It really shaped, and it was a different world. But I think it comes down to the right people, definitely. Because there's no rule book in barbering or in the hair world. Actually, it depends. Hair world is you can learn from everyone, but the individual progress, it's really up to you. If you're open minded or not, or depends what style. Because there's really no rule book.
You kind of put your limit on yourself.
Biba is like a magazine. So you start in a hairdressing room, learn how to blow wave sections. That broke the barrier of sectioning is only for hairdressers and long hair is only for hairdressers.
Why though?
Because for me, I was YouTube barber before. So
it broke that mentality.
Yeah. And then when I came in there, wow, barbers use brushes, barbers use section clips, section long hair. And then the second stage is when you get confident enough to get sent to the floor, cut long hair, one length. So you basically do part A of hairdressers before you head into the barbershop. The barbershop is the final practice your communication, clipper work, you refresh your clipper work. Yeah.
Right.
That's it. And then the 3 types is someone that is like so good for everything, can finish everything very quick. Ones that are like very shy, needs a bit of pushing, takes a bit of time on the course. But there are people like that. Like when at the start of before Australia, I was very shy, introvert guy.
Yeah. And
then the third guy, everything is learning opportunity. Learn. I think I still have some notes from the day I was doing Biba.
Yeah.
Just like nerd out notes.
So did they tell you that, or that was just an observation?
That was just the observation for me.
Right. And you wrote that down. That guy, fine.
Oh, the stuff I write down is more of notes, like on
gotcha.
cutting.
Gotcha.
Cutting and like how to approach stuff. But this is just now I reflect on it, like in the moment.
Yeah.
It's very but it just depends on who you want to be educated by. Yeah.
I think that's important too, right? Like fucking, you learn, or it's like the same way as doing what you love, kind of thing. Like fucking, when you love it, you learn faster. There's like a study where it's like the rate of learning. Robert Greene said it, like when you love when you love something, you can learn it in probably a year. Than when someone doesn't like this thing, they try to master it, they learn it in 5 years, 6 years, they're struggling. But if you love it, you learn it in like 1 year, 2 years. That's what Owen did, you know, like he learned barbering for 2 years.
Shout out
and
Owen
he's
McCarthy.
like, Owen, you learned so quick.
Yeah, crazy guy.
Because he loved it, you know. He loved the craft, and shit, fuck. And barbering, would you say you had a good experience at Biba?
Yeah, definitely recommend.
Mm.
But it's like ego down. Like it's like when you're going martial arts. For you to see that experience, you need to have like your ego down.
Ego down, yeah.
Because people are a bit. I think when they come, the first impression of them is that what are these kind of people? You know, they judge the physical appearance first before they actually get the vibe and energy from them. But yeah.
Were you close to the classmates, or did you have different times?
I think my batch is It just depends on what days you can come in.
Yeah.
And what hours you do.
Right. So it's flexible that way.
It's pretty flexible. Like, I think it's 3, 4, or 5 days a week. The lowest was 3. I was doing 3 at one point. Yeah.
Right. Shit.
Because COVID, it was a bit.
Was that COVID time? Oh.
Mine was COVID time.
That's when you learned barbering. COVID time.
I went barber school during COVID time. Yeah.
Fuck, that's a quick shit.
Yeah. Because I was
2 years. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, I was like you. I discovered barbering, 2018, but it was choppy because my priorities were work and just trying to get money. You know. And then
this is the packing work.
Yeah,
you're working there.
Logistics work and having fun with friends and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
And you were doing events too, right? How did that happen? How did that start?
Events was after high school through a friend named William. So William, it was me, William, and Eric. Yeah. And then one day he was working as a bartender for the dude that owned the venue. And then he said that, hey, get like the top the guys that you trust in terms of this kind of industry. Because I used to be a promoter back then, like with underage stuff. But yeah, and then just people that really had
you were
a lot
doing parties for underage people, kind of thing.
Nah, I went to venues underage.
Oh, gotcha.
Like the fake ID and stuff.
Yeah.
And then technically, because when I worked at McDonald's, I still had a lot of friends that I was in touch with. Yeah. And then with Eric, he had a lot of friends, and William had a lot of friends as well. So people that basically has a good
network.
Yeah, network group. Yeah. Like genuine network group. And we were able to do a event stuff out of that. Yeah. And
you started a club or something?
Yeah, we did. If anyone didn't know, District 1 started from Silk. Silk was the original. Yeah, that turned out very well.
And you had a share in there too, right?
Yeah, that was the structure pay. People, if you were part and if you had a team together with the main team, then you had shares individually. Shit. It was more, we had meetings here and there, but at the end of the week we set time for it, but it's like kind of it was a thing on the side, but it was that helped with my communication because I was very introvert during high school. that helped with me dealing with people, communicating, reading people sometimes. Yeah, it was really good.
Cool. And what's like the shift? What made you want to shift, change and shit, leave?
Shift. I think it was getting to a point where everything was I just felt with warehousing and the logistics, it was a bit getting repetitive.
Like factory type job.
Yeah, I just didn't invite. Money was good, but it's not my passion. Was it?
Yeah.
It's not even a passion to begin with.
Did you have like a passion though? Like during that time? Let me just start the timer. Did you have a passion or like something that you wanted to do? I'm pretty sure barbering wasn't in the realm yet, right?
Yeah.
Was it there already or no?
I was always blabbing about business. I was always imagining, obviously, everyone want to be rich at that point of age.
Not everyone.
I like cars. Cars is really good.
Cars, yeah.
Any creative stuff, like visual stuff.
You wanted to do film too or something? I see a lot of like posting.
I wanted to try like videography.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really good at Adobe Pro and editing and stuff. That was really hard.
You learn, man.
Yeah.
You learn.
Yeah.
You practice and you learn and shit.
But with barbering, I think being able to hold the tool was very engaging for me. Yeah. Whereas like software, still kind of using my brain.
It's a bit it's a bit robotic too at some point. But you have, I think I'm saying this in my perspective. You have creative control as well, even in softwares. You know, once you start getting the results you want, you start feeling happy with it. You start feeling creative, like an artist and shit. But
it's good. I think my interest was working with people, like networking and working with people. Yeah. Like if I can say someone needs someone to film, like I'd recommend you. Network is net worth at the end of the day. That's it. Yeah. It's a big thing for me since a younger age.
Yeah. Network is net worth. Damn. Damn. I heard that somewhere. Where did you get that?
Well, like in theory, I didn't know about that quote until I looked back and I reviewed because I like people, man. I like to since the first day of work, that first work I've ever had. Yeah. People were such a big part of it. Mm-hmm. It's just everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go, school, you know, you make friends. Yeah. That friends make you a good memory of that school. Exactly, yeah. If you had a bad memory, you hate school kind of thing. Fuck. Right. And barbering has that. That's the good thing about barbering. 100%. That's the thing I love about barbering. That's why we're here now. Yeah, it's like you network with people. You meet potential clients outside. So if you're a nurse, a regular client might go to you when they're sick or they're feeling unwell. Yeah. I'm filming and now we've got a gig next week with a client of mine with their event. I'm gonna film their shit. So I think that's the good thing. That's what people are asking. Why do you do barbering? Like, why do you do barbering? Barbering
because we love to see change. People. And at the same time, it's rewarding financially if you know how to do. If you're like a business guy, it can be rewarding for you financially, and even just with what we spoke about before. If you place yourself in a good shop with good owners that value barbers and clients as well, you get rewarded pretty well now in the industry. Yeah, even if you're a sole trader, you're just renting a chair, or even per hourly, I think barbering is heading to that healthy side of things.
So we just came back from a 5-minute break. We had to use the toilet and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go back on track. And Alec, what's the nursing? Why are you doing nursing? Like barbering and nursing? Barbering, I'm like, but barbering and nursing, like, you know, you gotta explain that shit.
Barbering and film, what do you
mean? Yeah. But I feel like it can go hand in hand, you know?
Yeah.
barbering and filming, but barbering and nursing. What's the reason for nursing though? Has to be a reason.
So, like your situation as well, like you're doing filming and barbering, right? I think about that, if I heard that, is that even though like now we've gone through a pandemic, and that's like a very financial affecting event for everyone in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that, I see also film videographers or film people, even if there's a barrier, like an online barrier, everyone had to switch to working online, stuff like that. I think they all still always demand, because businesses were getting weaker at that time, so people would still need a lot of content somehow, in whatever way you can deliver, right? That's how I see with career as well. You got to pick a career that suits that certain events that can. Like, film is pretty bulletproof, man. Like, even though COVID was happening, people, music artists was always in Zoom trying to make things happen. It's crazy. And even that, so like it's practical as well. Film during pandemic, you can use it. You can use it for yourself. You can use it for businesses. You can use it for your friends. You can express your way of storying that stuff. So with nursing, it's with considering financial situations as well. If the economy stuff goes wrong, everyone gets sick, right? In every family, so there's 4 family members. One of them is bound to get sick, go to the hospital at some point. So there's always demand. Demand is one reason. Another reason would be practicality for my family as well. If I have ever had kids, or if you get in a situation that is life-threatening, I'll be able to help you out. Or if you get sick, I can look out for you. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
But what made you want to do it though? Like, what made it click?
It's definitely not for everyone.
Yeah.
So the story goes back as well. One of the core stories from Philippines was one of our relatives had a mental health situation with episodes, and at the same time we also encountered my grandfather, which is my mum's father. He had a big heart attack that impacted his mobility and his ability to move, so he was bedridden for like 6 years. So he lasted 6 years because of the care that my mum gave, because she was studying nursing at that time, and then we were sort of engaged with it, because not all the time they're always there. They would be busy with the business, so we'd be upstairs playing and we'd be looking after my grandpa. So it was sort of a adapted thing. I had to adapt in that situation, and I learned how to care for people. And
But you were young though. You were young.
Yeah, we were young. Like, we would see. We didn't react in a way of disgust. We understood the situation, because in Philippines, I think you've experienced stuff like this before, where if your family is presented with tough situations, like crazy life situations, you huddle as a family and you talk that, hey, this is what's happening. Like, you kind of just give him the truth, like no sugarcoat, no nothing. And I think that developed like a strong strength of sense of care. I'm just like a family person in general, so like and the way now I see the patients. I asked one of the nurses there what makes a good nurse, and one of her answers was, just treat your patients like family. If you can see it that way, even if you're not there competently as a nurse, you still be able to absorb information and give good care to your patients if you treat them like family. Otherwise, you'll just keep asking yourself, what am I doing here?
Yeah. If you can't provide value to other people, it's like, 100%. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. If you don't find purpose of doing it, then why do it?
But fuck, respect, bro, for like 12-year-old or some maybe even younger. You were probably 10, 11 when that happened.
Yeah, crazy. Like, I think my value to that was very minimal. Like, I devalued that experience. I think when I came here, I said, my experiences there was kind of trash. Like, I very devalued myself in that level.
Yeah.
And then as I grew up, I said, wow, this is when people say their story, because I've always questioned what my story was, and then when I sort of pieced it up together, I thought, oh, I actually have a story. I didn't know, because reflection was a very new thing to me as well. Towards my late teens, I was very scared to reflect. I'd like push it away.
Yeah, man, it's important.
Yeah,
journaling and
very
writing
important.
down, talking to yourself.
Like being honest to yourself was a very new thing, but one of the best things that I've done. Like being front with yourself, and actually you can even write down what you're doing wrong, or
Yeah, because no one's gonna hear that shit. It's just
especially
you
in relationships is very good
to be like
that's
open.
It makes it healthy.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh, same, bro.
Yeah. But fuck, like, for you to realize what is happening at like 10 years old, and like pick up or just have feelings. I feel like when I was 10, I'm like, fuck, whatever happens. Like, even I think I was 7, 8 when my grandfather died. 2007, I think I remember. And I just didn't give a shit. But maybe because we never had that connection as much as you did. Yeah, and I was walking when we were walking the coffin into the cemetery, I was like, I'm chilling, just walking in the streets, like seeing my family, but I wasn't aware that this person is gonna leave and I would never see that person again. It's like, damn, but for you to do that, that's crazy, bro. That's like it's a deeper thing as a person. It's like, I feel like when you have that as a kid, you kind of you become very sensitive to people in a way. Fuck. I get detached to people, and I'm like, if they're gone, they're gone. Like in my head,
In some, you could, that's true.
And now you're doing nursing. That's why you're doing nursing.
Give it a shot, bro. Try something new. Might be good for you.
How's the balancing thing? Nursing and barbering, like completely different. Maybe you can when you cut yourself, cutting someone's hair, like shit.
I think the balance is good at the moment. Like I said, if you're with a good employer,
gotcha.
They'll support you. They definitely, hopefully until now, they still support me. But
you wanna shout out
Overgrown Supply, Jasmine and Timmy. Peace. I wouldn't be financially stable. Nah, they're very good, and they also inspire me because they do a lot of stuff. Like they sell roof racks for a specific type of car. But the business is always changing. They're always moving.
Yeah.
And when I was I think a couple of years back, that's what I've always envisioned myself. I don't want to work obviously, a certain point of time you have to work in a place, but I wanted to be able to work from different places as well.
Yeah, have that flexibility.
How good is that lifestyle, work in different places, even if you take one day off, there's still money coming in, like crazy.
Passive, baby, passive.
Yeah,
that's it.
Enjoy your kids if you ever have kids. It's the balance is good because of that, because of the employers, and so far so good, because it's just started. It's only
how far are you in with how many months?
So I'm doing diploma first. Diploma is 2 years, and then if you do further to be an RN, you enter the second year of RN, so it'll be a total of 4 years. It used to be 3.5, but now they changed it. 4 years in total.
So now it's like the basic stuff at the moment.
Nursing is interesting because even if after your first placement you're able to get work already in the field, not as a nurse, but as a care assistant, which has decent money. I've heard from people. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do it, but maybe. But they get good money.
I feel like it's chill. It's so chill to be.
Yeah.
It's just sad
if you ignore that, how people have stigma about nursing, like feces, urine, oh, this
Yeah.
they're so yucky about it. But if you ignore that, dude, you can reckon like good amount of money if you're really smart with your money. Yeah, and then after, if you graduate the diploma, you can apply in a hospital, and then at the same time be able to study. I still wanna be able to round to a point where I still cut.
Yeah.
You know, meet new people, cut their hair. Yeah.
Kind of Julius Caesar type.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
You know, just cut
Julius
whenever I
Caesar.
want.
He's really good. Yeah, I think balance is still pretty good. What about you? How's your balance with your film and?
But I think it goes hand in hand, man. It goes hand in hand. Like,
yeah, it's relatable to
yeah,
your work.
it's like if I'm in the shop, because now I started doing more content stuff on social media. And every time I'm in the shop, I'm always thinking about content.
Yeah.
If I'm not in the shop, I'm at school thinking about film, like cinema film, short films. But when I'm in the shop, it's either I'm thinking about how I'm gonna make content out of this, or how am I gonna produce content and be consistent, because that's reading Gary Vee's book, and that's what Owen said in that seminar too, is that focus on documenting your process than creating, because creating the perfect video, perfect Instagram, perfect 30-second video, the best produced is not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Yeah. And it only comes to you when you're consistent. And then I've talked about this in my other podcast as well, is that when you consistently do something, you open up things into a different realm. Like when you start drinking fucking 10 bottles of alcohol, or you start 1 alcohol, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, you're gonna reach some levels that you've never reached before. It's the same analogy. Anyways, back to my shit. I'm balancing it like a butter, you know, like what you said when shout out to Hannah. When your employer is like flexible with, or even understanding what your situation is, and they allow you to go to school, do some school stuff, and then go to work, even with a short notice. Like, you try to give enough notice, but if there's a short notice, they understand, and that's a good thing. That's important. If you have someone who doesn't allow you to do that, it's gonna be like way harder. And filming, man, it's bulletproof, like what you said.
That camera is with you all the time. Easy.
Yeah. And also, I think, I don't know, I feel like documenting the whole thing, even if I'm not doing barbering, doesn't matter. I feel like it's
always it's part of the lifestyle. Barbering is not your life.
Yeah, that's
like another stigma that people have. People say you only cut hair. We don't. We actually have lives outside. Yeah, we got a family outside of this as well. We have a lady to talk to outside, like this guy.
Not me. Not me. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. It's good to be curious, man. I think as a person, like, no one will always stick to one thing. Like, barbering isn't one thing, but we will always forever. This guy got butter hands by now. You know, doesn't need to think about when he's cutting. Cutting his ass close.
No. That's not
but
true.
it's always gonna be a part of you every time, everywhere you go.
Yeah, and it's always been a part of me since I was in high school. Like,
shut up.
Just kidding.
Not jokes.
You know, it's always been a part. Like, if we wanna have fun, cut shit in the classroom. That was me. Like, I would cut my friend's hair in classrooms, and the teacher would be like, "What the fuck?" Like, ginagawa niyo, putang.
Ginagawa niyo, putang ina.
Kaklase na tayo, di ba kayo? Anong ginagawa yung kalat-kalat pero buhok? You know, shit like that. Like, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Fuck, I forgot.
It's alright, bro. Take your time, bro.
It's alright.
It's your show, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm only a visitor.
It's our show, man. It's our show.
It's your time. It's
showtime. Wow, sinong di mawiwili. Kahit sa game na to, di ka na magsisisi. Fuck.
Kwentong Barbero.
Kwentong Barbero, guys. What's I think I was gonna ask you about Oh fuck! I forgot.
Bleep bleep.
Bleep bleep bleep. Plop 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 plop. Yeah, I forgot. Nah, never mind. It's alright. Alright, so this is the quote of the day. What do you think of this quote? It's do you believe in jack of all trades is the master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one? Do you believe in that shit?
I think I believe in that.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Why?
Because such a it might be an argument, but people think that I think people who do one career, even though they just do one thing for their whole life, they might be good with something else. For example, maybe they're good at making people work together, or when their family have problems, they're good at making them piece together. Because if you're only a man of one skill, I don't think there's such thing. Like, you always have something that you're good at that you just don't know that you subconsciously do. And then being good at different things is also good, because if a conflict comes and you need that skill, you can use that skill. Or if someone needs it, you can give that skill to someone. And you can also teach, and there's just a lot of things. It makes your life a bit, your network and the level of
Becomes broader.
connection that you have, and your vision, and it's always never stagnant, always changing, bigger, wider. Like if you're good in economics, and then you're doing something, you don't see that something as that thing. You see it from a macro, like a bigger thing. You're doing film, I'm cutting hair, you don't see me as just a barber. You're thinking, I can film this guy's story, I can film the way he does sections, I can, and so on and so forth, you know?
Yeah.
It's a never-ending thing, but in summary, it's always good to have more than one, because it's what do you call it? The dynamic gets better, bigger, efficient.
But what about this is me being a devil's advocate. But what about like you're pursuing a profession, you're pursuing being the best accountant you can be, or in your job, in your line of job. For example, you're being the best accountant.
Yeah.
If you're on that journey to be the best accountant, would you do something else? Would you learn?
I think if you're really invested in being the best accountant, then definitely you should tunnel vision on that, because that's only time bound, right? You only, for a certain amount of time, if you put X amount of time, and then you can be the best. All right, you reach that goal, but it's certainly up to you, because I can't speak for everyone else. Maybe some people want self-development, maybe they don't, but I guess people who value their career so much, then they definitely should pursue that one thing. If that's really what they fulfills their soul whatsoever, that should be it, because there's no right or wrong, right? Like you have to get there to experience.
Yeah, gotcha.
What it is, yeah.
And that, as long as you feel your
if
curiosity,
happy, bro, do it. Yeah.
What do I say? Like
tickles your
imagine,
whatever,
imagine that's your curiosity bottle and you fill it up. When you have more bottles, you fill that shit up. You
Definitely,
know, like the curiosity bottle. I just made that up today, just now. After a drink, I become creative and shit. You know. Anyways, that's your curiosity bottle. If you can fill it up as much as you can, don't fill it. You know, you don't have to fill it up halfway or full. If you're ready to put out another bottle, fill that up, and then you can always come back to this, fill that up. Yeah, there's no. I feel like people get caught up, but I'm so young to say this, but I feel like I'm young.
You can look back at this when you get older.
Which is good.
That's why you got it in record now.
Yeah. But I feel like people get so caught up with how much time they have to how much time they actually have. It's like you make, or you think about so much, you know, before 30 I want to do this, it's good to have that due date or goal set in your life, but man, in my opinion, this, a lot of people made success or found their true passion when they're like 30s, 40s, and the KFC, what's his name? Rogers. Kenny Rogers.
No. Ken Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders fucking realized it when he was 70. He made this KFC,
recipe,
and there's a lot more. There's a list that I saw
also
on Instagram.
That McDonald's guy you said on Netflix, Ray
Kroc, yeah.
He's
old.
Yeah, he was old.
Yeah, he was
Even
selling
kids,
milkshakes.
Yeah.
Selling milkshakes. Did you watch that film?
Perfect example of if you're gonna do jack of all trade. This guy was a seller. What was his name? He's a sales agent.
Salesman. He was selling milkshakes,
and then he found opportunity and he switched to business. Crazy guy.
Yeah, but sales and business it's part of
together.
If you're a businessman, it means you're a salesman.
Yeah.
They say in Filipino it's negociante.
Yeah, negociante.
Which is negotiation, sales. But yeah, that comes hand in hand. I don't know what I was saying, but fuck.
Something sales.
Something sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's alright. Next.
Next. I want to see how much time. I'm surprised how long this is going.
Damn, we're going for an hour, cut.
It's more than an hour now, I think. Actually, no, it's like 50 minutes. Just about, yeah. It's a lot of pauses, but it's go good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Piece
it up together, yeah. What else can I ask? And how's your current situation now with barbering? How are you feeling? 2 years in? Have you done your 3-year mark? Not yet.
Counting since when I started.
18, 19, 20, 21. No, when you're like started, like when you took it seriously.
Started. Yeah, 2020, 21, 22, 23. Coming up third year.
Almost
year.
third year, shit.
Yeah. From where I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you doing as a barber?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Always staying curious. Yeah. And finding ways to do stuff different.
Yeah.
I think it's good that we're doing this sort of creative stuff. This is, I think, the one step up. From barbering, like just cutting hair, finally talking about stuff they actually do.
Yeah.
And how
Telling
different
your
barbers
story.
may feel. Yeah.
Yeah. We're always like hearing people's stories. I mean, I feel like a lot of barbers, get to tell their stories, but I have a feeling that a lot of barbers don't get to tell their stories.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're more experienced, when they're like 10 years in the thing, when they have real clients that they cut for like 10 years, they know their story.
Yeah.
But
and like every other barber, I think our goal would be, we have cut some celebrities, right? Like football players. You've cut some AFL players as well.
Not AFL, more like rugby.
Yeah, like that kind of like Australian. Would you call that celebrity? Or like
Australian athletes.
high profile people, okay?
Yeah.
High profile people.
I'm not a big fan of like, I see them as a people, like, as a person. Like,
yeah, it's definitely
But if if Snoop comes to my shop,
this guy,
like,
right?
fuck.
Yeah. We need to definitely be celebrity barber, this spec. But no disrespect, all high profile people, they're still kind of celebrities of Australia. Rugby, AFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely cut some. But yeah, the goal, this one. Traveling.
Yeah, traveling with
Traveling
Snoop
to cut
and
hair of celebrities. That's one of the things.
That's the goal. That's one of the goals.
One of the goals, definitely. Aside from having a barbershop, that's the one right there. Even a bigger network. Crazy.
Yeah. Actually, like, I've been listening to Deluxe, Daniel Contreras.
Yeah.
And I've been messaging him on Instagram too. Like, he's been sending me links and shit. But it made me think, like, now do I really want to open up a shop, or do I want to just do like a private studio thing? It's something that is fucking boggling my mind.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's an option. It's an option. It's
And
like
the construction, yeah.
yeah, and it's like less expenses, less
Having-
overheads.
Yeah.
But having a barber shop, the good thing that I really like is you build a community, and that's like something I really want to do.
And
Yeah.
the risk, the only slight risk is that picking the community, like
Yeah.
placing the shop where there's actually people to care to come, and that foot traffic is all very important. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Kwentong Barbero with Little Asian Barber Alexandre Labrador. On behalf of us, on behalf of us, we'd like to thank you for listening. And stay healthy, grind hard,
Stay humble.
and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace out.
Let's go.
Thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for coming.
Sir.